Good. So when we were preparing for this this virtual hack solve initiative, we first sent out a survey. We collected hundreds of responses, and we've distilled those responses because many of them kind of overlap into 51 reported problems across the communities of Guyana, persons who would responded to our survey and our Facebook posts. And the guys whipped up this particular platform in under a week. We pretty much rebuilt it. It's rough, but it's functional right now, hopefully, fingers crossed, to kickstart the hack solve and then keep our efforts going in a coordinated manner. So I just want to take a moment, 5-10 minutes, to just introduce it, take you through it, and I'll just leave you to register on it, and then we can resume and identify those focus groups, which will be our breakout teams, and we can create our Slack channels and then begin the actual brainstorming analysis based on the problem areas that we're most interested in solving. So the idea with co-acting, like I mentioned, it was a product of our first hack solve, and it's really a platform to coordinate problem solving and community-driven initiatives. The concept is really simple right now. We further simplified it. It begins with an array of problems. So the problem canvas that you see down here is populated by all of the problems that we grabbed from our survey. The general public, is able to continuously add to this problem canvas. So of course, it goes to a moderation queue so that we won't promote garbage to the canvas, because there may be bots there, persons might post things that might not be appropriate. So there's a moderation queue, and then once a problem is valid, then we promote it to the canvas. But the purpose of this canvas is to highlight what problem areas are available to be solved, who is actually working on which problem area, and what initiatives there are in the mix. So this particular canvas is our first cut, which shows just down at the bottom here how many initiatives are associated to address the problem in question. And you can click on a problem to get more details about it, and there are tags that allow you to further filter a problem based on whether it's related to healthcare, education, things like that. And then of course, persons can comment on problems to further feed information back into the system so that they can inspire initiatives, etc. The other aspect of this is the initiatives page, and this is where you guys come in. So many of the presentations that we just saw can be turned into initiative posts. So an initiative is pretty much a response to a problem. It can be a conceptual solution, or it can be an actual proof of concept or an implemented full-fledged production-ready solution, for instance. And this is where you come in to post your initiatives, so that when you post your initiative, we associate it with problems. So whenever we are feeling like the public-spirited persons that we are, and we want to solve something, we head to the canvas, and then we identify, okay, well, he's doing that. Maybe I can help him out because I'm very interested in this, and his particular initiative does not cover this area that I have an idea about. Or there's a problem over here that no one has touched before. I think I'm going to solve that. I'm going to try to connect with the other contributors who might be interested in this problem, given that it's in a particular area of concern. And I'll get them together, and then we can collaborate in solving this initiative. So it's important that we use a centralized facility like this to coordinate our activities and moving forward, so that we reduce the duplication of efforts, and we harness that amazing potential that we exude in all of our solutions to create real targeted impact as we move forward. So finally, there's a contributors page. Some of us have registered and put very flattering photographs of ourselves on this page.
Thank you.
I'll invite the rest of you guys to obviously register. Create your profile. It's very important because this particular area here is linked to your initiative. So if there's someone else who's working within your problem space and you want to reach out to them, this is where this is what'll help under the circumstances. So this is the first cut, the MVP of the co-acting platform, there may be bugs in that in the platform, but given that it's under a week of work, I'm sure you'll forgive us. So what I'll encourage you guys to do is go to coacting.org and register if you haven't already. And all of the amazing initiatives that you've presented in the initial segment of the hack solve, I'll urge you to populate this system with enough details about it. You should be able to post screenshots as well on your initiatives so that we have a full gamut of problems, initiatives, and contributors to move forward with the hack solve.